Hey guys, what's going on, man? Welcome to a new video. So we're going back. Welcome to the new season, the new year, new football season year. If I'm making sense. I just took a preview. Those that are wondering why I wasn't uploading during the Club World Cup. I just had to take a little break. I'm balancing university and stuff. And while we do these betting tips, feel free to watch this videos. This video of me playing division rivals, seasons. Uh, watch me cook these guys up. But yeah, let's get back to the video, right? So welcome to this video. We're gonna be talking about the first match day ones of the multiple leagues and multiple games, big games, of course. Of course, you already know how we start this type of videos. I am no shape, way, or form your financial advisor. You can do what you want to do, bro. Yeah, don't make me liable for your losses when you put your rent money in for the bets, right? That's first things first, right? But like without all being said, this is gonna be like a real short video. I doubt we're gonna even make. I doubt you'll be able to watch one full game of my season's games, but of course, nevertheless, we'll see what happens, right? So first game, we're gonna take into account La Liga, right? We only got two games, of course. First game, Malacra versus Barcelona, right? So with this game, my picks are Jamal to score, both teams to not score, over 1.5 goals, right? Now, if you've been paying attention to the Barcelona's preseasons, of course, as Asian teams, you may argue, well, sure, and the quality is not there. With put them against a decent team, of course they're going to concede goals, right? But of course, even Malacra finished 10th last season. I still think this Barcelona team is quite scary, of course, with the additions of like Rashford and Jorge Garcia. Um, yeah, they look even more of a force to be reckoned with, and I think yeah, especially with Yamal constantly scoring again. Of course, you may argue it's Asian teams, so of course Yamal's gonna score. But I think honestly with soccer, it's all about the confidence, and that's why I think Yamal is ready to prove himself to be more of a goal scorer, more to provide more goal scoring threat, right? And then next, Osasuna versus Real Madrid. Now, with Javi Alonso's new reign under Real Madrid, we've seen a few inconsistencies. But based on what I've seen or how he plays, I think with over 2.5 goals scored, Mbappe to score, and both teams to score. Now, Mbappe to score, kind of it's somewhat obvious. You could argue you could get the new striker. I just don't wanna butcher his name. You could argue he should be the one to score, right? You could punch that in too. That's not a bad pick at all, right? That is not a bad pick at all. But the fact is, Real Madrid should have more than enough firepower to knock down, to subdue Osasuna. And of course, Real Madrid's defensive issues are, with Rudy, especially if you watch the Club World Cup against PSG or against Dortmund, you could tell that, yeah, no, there are some issues there. Of course, with Dortmund, there was a red card, but still, right? But yeah, want to move on to finally Premier League. We got like three games here. Of course, first game we'd start with the champions because they're champions. Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Now, on paper, this looks pretty kind of dry, which it is. Because my bets are both teams to score over 1.5, and then for the splitting the part, words to score or assist. Now, of course, Liverpool just been went through a crazy transfer window, and they still look to be adding Isak into this start team as it is, with the words Frimpong and Kakers, and Bournemouth haven't really made too many signings. They've been letting go of all the defensive players with no major reinforcements coming in. So I think, yeah, Liverpool should be able to come in and overpower these guys, right? and you could argue you could add on the over 2.5 goals, right? And that's fine. And excuse me, and yeah. But I also think because of Liverpool's defensive worries, if you saw the community show against Crystal Palace, uh, Van Dijk wasn't really on it. Of course, maybe it is still somewhat preseason. People don't really care about the community shield and all that. But we should. I would like to take that as a warning sign. But yeah, that's how I'm saying both teams to score. And then now Wolves versus City. Wolves versus City. I say both teams to score uh, over 1.5 goals and over 2.5 goals. And then and I'm a huge Man City fan, but I'm gonna say Wolves to win or draw. Because if you look at the track record with Man City against teams like Wolves, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, as of recent, they tend to struggle a little bit. But that doesn't mean, who knows? Maybe perhaps tactics. If you watch the Club World Cup, I don't think the tactics were working. If against the teams that would have transition, but like who knows? Maybe Pep has figured it out, right? We'll see. Only time can tell, right? And of course, it's supposed to be selling players as redemptions, right? Like full Foden's redemption arc, preseason, you look really hungry. And I think also Club World Cup, he looked pretty good too. It looks like he's back to his best. Hopefully we can see something. Hopefully we can see something from him, right? And then lastly, a big game on Sunday. It's right now I'm currently recording on Thursday. Man U versus Arsenal. Big game. Of course, Arteta needs a big trophy this season. Most fans already come someone looking at him like, hey man, they're not gonna be the guy to lead us to the promised land. But you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I said both teams to score over 1.5 goals and over 2.5 yellow cards. Now, 2.5 yellow cards is because this is a big game. Tactical fouls are going to be thrown out. Tactical fouls, reckless fouls. I'm not gonna say there's going to be a red card per se, but you get the point, right? And then if you want to, you could also add Gyökeres's goal, Victor Gyökeres to score, and that's not a bad idea. Gyökeres is based on his few games with Aston. He's a little bit rusty, but he can still get the job done, of course. But you know what I'm saying, only time will tell. Maybe this might be the next Haaland type of thing, right? 6 foot built beast with pace on top of that, right? But yeah, and that's pretty much what I have all for. That's pretty much what I have all for the football predictions for this matchday week. Bayern versus Leipzig. Even though that's like next week, it's currently the 14th right now, 9 a.m. 14th of August, 9 a.m. I'll probably do that together with the other match days, so that way you don't confuse stuff, and you get my predictions pretty much when it's like right near the game, right? But yeah, thanks if you're still here. Thanks for listening. Welcome to the new season, like I said. Welcome to the new football season, new football year. I'm back in. I'm back on the grind. Back to uploading. You will see me uploading more videos, particularly FC25. And I forgot. A quick announcement is that I will not be getting FC26 when it gets out. I'll probably get it later towards like Black Friday, just because if this was like a real thing, like I do this for fun and all, but like if it was like a real thing, I would have pre-ordered it. But I got bills to pay and bills to pay and stuff. But yeah, other than that, like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. I'll holler back at y'all boys for real.